What's the motherfucking deal, YouTube? This your boy, Coach Dante, in the fucking building with you guys today. Please comment, like, and subscribe on the video. Shout out to the Spotlight Sports Network. Shout out to everybody that support the channel. We do have a show today. Me and my boy Eric on the mock draft Monday. We're gonna talk about the bowl games, the best bowl games of the year. We're gonna talk in this bowl scenario. We're gonna talk about the players that stood out. We're gonna talk about all kind of stuff during the show, and also at 6 o'clock, I got the Houston Rockets with my boy Money Mitch versus the Philadelphia 76ers. We will be live streaming together on both of our channels and the Spotlight Sports Network. So y'all tune in to that. But this is Rockets news. As y'all know, I am a diehard Rockets fan. I would, like I said, I shouldn't have to preach that to y'all because you guys already pretty much should know. But nobody expect this Rockets season to go quite as good. We went on a 15 game losing streak, which was in a 1-16 start. Then we double back. We go on a 7 game winning streak. Then we double back. Now we on a 5 game. We on a 5 game losing streak. We're 10 and 27. The season looks similar to the one pretty much of last year. We won 18 games. We won 17 games. Doesn't look good. The players, when you're losing games, you're gonna get a lot of shit to come out when you're losing games. And when you're winning games, stuff don't come out as much. But when you're losing and you out there getting your ass kicked and giving half effort, you're going to hear a lot of shit come out of any locker room. I don't care who you is. Any locker room, you're going to hear it come out. Now, Denver game, the Rockets start off 11-4. It looked all good and gravy. But in the second quarter, the goddamn game got out of hand. And I was wondering why Christian Wood wasn't playing. Wasn't really starting. Christian Wood did not start that game. Daniel Tice did. But after the game and the Rockets 124-111 loss, it came out that Kevin Porter Jr. and assistant coach John Lucas got into a heated exchange. Now, John Lucas is the only assistant coach that is on this team since last year that Stephen Silas decides to keep on his staff. And John Lucas is a great guy. He's a great person. And he was also a great basketball player for the Houston Rockets. He came out. He held it Kevin Porter Jr. accountable. Kevin Porter Jr. has discipline issues in the past with the Cleveland Cavaliers about a locker dispute. So we have an article right here. Christian Wood is, and Kevin Porter Jr. is suspended for tonight. Christian Wood was out due to, he didn't go to protocol. He abandoned a team rule. That's why he wasn't playing. But he also refused to check into a game in the second half. So neither of them played. Kevin Porter Jr. got called out by John Lucas, and he left the arena. But that's what happens when you're not playing well, when you're out there giving a lack of effort, when you're out there getting your ass kicked, and you're not showing effort. And Coach John Lucas basically called him out and blasted him. Now, this is so a sign of Christian Wood's leadership. You're the leading scorer of the team. You're the leading rebounder of the team. That shows a lack of leadership. He's not a leader. Christian Wood is not a leader. And neither is Kevin Porter Jr. But the difference, Kevin Porter Jr. is only 20 years old. Christian Wood is 26, 25 years old. You're the leading rebounder. You're the leading scorer. And you both walked out on your teammates, especially Christian Wood. If I'm the Rockets, I would consider trading Christian Wood. I would keep Kevin Porter Jr., obviously because he's younger. And he's still got some maturing to do. But there's no excuse for Christian Wood, a veteran. You're supposed to be a leader. You wasn't the one that was called out. And if the coach Silas tells you you have to be here at a certain time, you have to be at practice at a certain time, you have to be there. You have to be there. And if you don't show up, what you think is going to happen? You think he's supposed to play you anyway? No, that's not how the game goes. You're a grown-ass man. You're 25 years old. You're the lead. You're supposed to be a veteran leader in this league. You got a great story. You didn't get a lot of opportunities. Now you got your first legit shot. You're doing a great job. But you refuse to check in the game. You all know those. You all know. It's rules in the NBA. You have to be at a certain team meeting at a certain time. You have to be on a plane at a certain time. You have to be at the gym at a certain time. You all know that. You should know that. That's unacceptable for Christian Wood. That is unacceptable. For Kevin Porter Jr., he knows. He knows as well. But he's 20 years old. He's 20 years old. He's still like a young kid. He's not a kid, but he's like more teenage size. He's 20. He's still young. He's still young. He still got room to grow. He still got improvements to make. But there's no excuse for Christian Wood. You've been at this point multiple years, multiple times. There's no excuses. So we got this is from Adrian Wojnarowski and Tim McMahon. The Houston Rockets are suspending Kevin Porter Jr. and Christian Wood for Monday's loss against the Philadelphia 76ers. Discipline both sides for poor behavior surrounding Saturday's loss against the Denver Nuggets. Kevin Porter Jr. and Christian Wood traveling with the Rockets to Philadelphia Sunday, but Coach Stephen Silas make the decisions for set them both out after separating them in an episode between the two players, and neither as Kevin Porter Jr. Neither Porter and Christian Wood played in the second half. The Nuggets, which including Kevin Porter Jr. leaving the arena after halftime, after locker room conversation against John Lucas. I just put that out there. It said Kevin Porter Jr. has well-documented management issues. That means management issues. He still got a lot of issues to go. He has some attitude issues. He has a history of blowing up and being a hothead and not taking things lightly. And with the team, which is the team believes he has made some progress on, but those circumstances again Saturday and ultimate drought drove him to leave the arena, but of rejoining the team in the second half. As for Christian Wood, he was benched to start Saturday game and appear to over Stephen Silas punishing him for showing up to the team daily coronavirus test. He didn't show up because the team shoot around was to be delayed. Said later, Christian Wood showed up a little bit conclusive checking in the game. That means he didn't show up. He didn't check in when the coach asked him to check in. He refused to check in that second half. And as a veteran, hey, that's unacceptable. You're a veteran in this league. You're a veteran in this league. It ain't like you didn't play. He didn't hold you out. You played in the game. It ain't like he didn't tell you, no, you're not playing in the game. He just benched him. He just had to come off the bench, and he didn't like it. So you're supposed to break a rule, and you're supposed to expect to play or start. You lucky to even play in that game. You lucky to even be played. That's unacceptable. Kevin Porter Jr. becomes argument after John Lucas challenged him at the second half. An issue that led to guard losing his composure on the bench during the first half. John Lucas also confronted Christian Wood at halftime during what Stephen Silas as a spiritual debate without offending any specific aspects. At least one other of the team young players challenged Christian Wood, told him that as a veteran, Christian Wood should be setting a standard. Facts. As a veteran, you should be setting a standard for these young guys. Facts. I don't know. It doesn't say which one of these other young guys said that. It doesn't say, but that's a fact. Christian Wood is 25 years old. He's been in the league. He's a leading scorer, leading rebounder. He's supposed to set example for these young guys. So that's telling you Christian Wood is not setting example. He's not a leader. That is telling you. And it said one other young guy challenged Christian Wood as well. I don't know who that one guy is, but they're challenging Christian Wood to be a leader, to set example, and that's not happening. They're basically telling you that. They're basically telling you. Christian Wood, the Rockets' leading scorer and leading rebound, had 8 scoreless minutes in the first half. Houston was outscored by 17 when he was on the floor. Coach Decision Silas said when asked about Christian Wood not playing in the second half. That is sad. That is sad. You know, that is sad to see a veteran not setting an example for these young guys in the locker room. And as a leader, and as a leading rebounder, as the leading scorer of this team, that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. So, I mean, we'll see what happens tonight. Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood would not be playing tonight in this game. I think they're with the team. They're with the team, but they will sit out in this game. And it's good that, you know, Stephen Silas disciplining guys. That's a great start. That shows you that he's not going to tolerate. And I got to give a lot of credit to John Lucas, man. I got to give a lot of fucking credit to John Lucas from doing what he's doing. He's well respected. But if you see a guy's not busting their ass and not playing well, you got the right to call him out. And that's what he did. And they just didn't take it lightly. And it's good to see one of the young players step up and tell Christian Wood, tell a veteran guy, or a young guy, tell a veteran guy, you're supposed to set the example. You're supposed to example. That's like a big brother. You're supposed to set an example for your little brother. Your big sister supposed to set an example for your little sister. That's just what it's like. That's what the team is getting on Christian Wood about. You supposed to set an example for us just coming into the NBA. You're all leader, score, you all leader. You supposed to be the guy, and Christian Wood is showing that he's not that, and he's been called out on that. So that's the end of the video, man. Comment, like, and subscribe. Had to get you this news to touch up on the Rocket situation. We may get our doors blowed off tonight, but we'll find out. I'm still going to do the game with my boy Money Minch. Comment, like, and subscribe on this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. And that's the end of the video. See you guys at 4 o'clock today on me and my boy Eric Path of the Draft. We will be covering the whole draft scenario throughout the whole season. We will be doing a draft day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way through. So comment, like, and subscribe. I'm out. Much love. Peace.